welcome or welcome back to the 8th concession. My name is Natalie. Well, the day has come. It's zucchini day. Some of these went a little too far and they're bigger than I'd like just for frying. But that's okay because I also love zucchini bread. Now, these aren't even as big as some years when I let the zucchini grow and they get massive. But as I mentioned, this year has been pretty dry around here. We've had some rain, but they haven't grown as big as other years. Still, we have a lot of zucchini to make some delicious Hungarian zucchini bread. Now this recipe, like the sweet pickles, comes from my mother-in-law. So it is an older recipe, which as you know are my favorite. And I don't know what it is about it that makes it Hungarian, but that's the name it came with. So maybe my mother-in-law had a Hungarian friend, or I don't know. I don't know why it's Hungarian zucchini bread, but there it is. The best thing about this recipe is not only how it tastes, because it's delicious, but the fact that it freezes like a dream. In fact, I bake a lot this time of year and freeze them. We just finished eating the last of last year's zucchini bread, so that's an entire year kept perfectly fine in the freezer. Nothing like pulling out some zucchini bread in the winter or in the spring when you're craving that taste and just letting it thaw, and presto, you have a delicious snack. So let's get to it. This recipe calls for 2 cups of peeled grated zucchini. This recipe makes 2 loaves, which is even better. If you're going to go through all this mess and trouble, you might as well get 2 loaves out of it instead of 1. So first I'm going to get the zucchini ready. I've washed it, and now I'm going to peel and shred it in my food processor with the shredding blade on. I'm also going to core it and take out the spongy bit in the middle with all the seeds. Cut it into chunks so I can handle it more easily. Well, that was only one of the zucchinis, and it's already made enough for one of these recipes. You can see I'm already well on my way to doing a second recipe of it, but for now I'll just start with that and I'll save this. Now, putting the rest of this batter together is easy. 3 eggs, courtesy of our hens. Beat until foamy. Beat in oil, sugar, and vanilla. So 1 cup of oil. I just moved my zucchini into a bowl because my zucchini was in my cup there. Sugar and vanilla. So 1.5 cups of sugar. I have a 3/4 measure here, so that'll be 2 of those. And it will be 1 teaspoon of vanilla. There we go. Whoops, it's dripping. Add the zucchini. And for our dry ingredients, I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon baking soda. Now this recipe calls for a 1/4 tablespoon baking powder. Don't you just love the old amounts? Which I have converted. It is 3/4 of a teaspoon baking powder. So I'm going to use a 1/2 and a 1/4. That's 3/4 of a teaspoon, which is the same as a 1/4 tablespoon. And then I'm going to I'm just going to wipe this off. 3 teaspoons cinnamon, and this is a 1/2 teaspoon just because it fits in my jar better. So I need to do 6 of these. Great. So salt, baking soda, baking powder, and cinnamon, and then we're going to give that a good stir and set it aside to add in a minute. Stir it all together. Now add it to this mix. And then lastly, fold in 1 cup of chopped nuts or raisins. Now I like to use walnuts in this recipe, but you could use pecans. You could also use chocolate chips, which my daughter loves best because she doesn't like nuts. So sometimes I substitute chocolate chips, although that's not my favorite. We're just gonna fold the nuts in. We're not going to beat them in. Get the batter off here. Fold them into the batter. Now it's ready for the pans. One of the best parts about this recipe is you don't even have to grease and flour the pans. That's my kind of recipe. So in they go. And now we'll pop them into our 325-degree preheated oven for an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And here we go. Fresh out of the oven. So there you have it. Fresh out of the oven zucchini bread. Hungarian zucchini bread. Now I am going to probably eat one of these and freeze the other one. I just wrap it really well in aluminum foil, pop it in the freezer with the number 22 written on it so I know it was done in 2022, and then we enjoy it all year round. I hope you've enjoyed making zucchini bread with me, and we'll give it a try. I'll link the recipe below. Bye for now.